Hello, my name is Sophie.
And my name is Hunter.
In this tutorial, we will briefly explain to you the preparatory phase of the application procedure. This tutorial includes the steps you need to take before submitting the application via our online system, Bamos+. So, it does not include the guidance to Bamos+, as this is the topic of another tutorial, how to apply Bamos+.
The details of open calls are always provided in an announcement note, which will be available on our gateway for applicants. The announcement note provides the specifics of the call for applications, like what kinds of projects are considered, core or small, the focus of the call, the funding allocated to the call, and other important information. The announcement note also details the timeline of the application process, listing all of the important steps that you will have to follow. These include the opening of the call, from which date on you may submit your project idea form, or PIF, and request a consultation, the deadline for submitting the project idea form, until which you must submit your PIF in order to be considered for funding. This is also the date by which you must request access to the Bamos+ system by submitting an appointing document, and the deadline for application submission, when the call is officially closed and you must submit the completed project application form. The timeline of the call for applications might be different between project types if it is open for both core and small projects. If the call is only open for one project type, then there is only one timeline that you'll have to keep in mind.
Step 1. Project idea form and consultation. The project idea form is a document in which you present the essence of your project idea. It's a compulsory step for both core and small projects. The information provided in PIFs will not influence the assessment of application forms afterwards, but you have to submit a PIF if you want to apply. Use this opportunity to explain the challenge you address and how your project will contribute to addressing it. Clearly define the partnership you are building and the target groups you address. It is important that you work together with your partners to develop the idea. The PIF is a PDF programmed document and is downloadable on the applicant's gateway on our website. There are two different templates, one for small projects and one for core projects. You should submit your PIF via email to the address appearing on your screen. Once we receive your PIF, we will send you a confirmation email that includes a registration number. You will need this number in order to apply for access to the electronic data exchange system Bamos+. This is the second step, which we will explain in a few minutes. With the confirmation email, we will also start scheduling the consultation. This is a meeting in which we provide our feedback on your project idea. We offer a possibility to meet with representatives of our project and finance teams. When you send us the PIF, you can already request an individual online consultation in order to receive tailored feedback on your project idea. You may also request a consultation at a later stage, but make sure you have sufficient time to consider our feedback while you develop your application.
Step 2. Access to Bamos+. Only lead applicants who submitted the PIF and received the registration number can apply for an account in the electronic data exchange system, Bamos+. You will need access to this system in order to develop and submit your full application. The legal representative of the lead applicant organization has to appoint a person from its organization that will represent them in a particular application. This person is called the initial user. You will need to indicate this person in your request for a Bamos+ account. After receiving their access to the system, the initial user can then create further accounts for other users. You will need to download the appointing document of the initial user from the gateway for applicants. After filling it in and signing it, you will need to send it to the email address that you can see on your screen. We will then process the appointing documents and grant access to Bamos+. You will receive a notification email as soon as the access has been granted.
In this short tutorial, we have just explained the first two steps of the application to get you started. But do not forget that your application is only final once you submit the application form in Bamos+. This step, as well as what happens after submission, is covered in the tutorial How to Apply Bamos+.